team authored a mighty comeback, but just could not get over the hump on Sunday versus Rhode Island as they fell 54-44 as the Yellow Jackets win the tap. And we're underway, and for a third straight game, Boston playing without its leading scorer, their point guard, Sydney Johnson, who's in university COVID protocols, so the Terriers undermanned offensively as they seek their first win over a ranked opponent in 9 years. And how about that strong finish off the offensive glass by Aaliyah Love, and she'll have a chance for a three-point play.
Oh, she will. Aaliyah Love is just picking up where she left off. Great anticipation and great aggression going to the offensive boards with the putback, and she's able to draw the foul going to the free throw line to see if she can complete the three-point play.
She does. Aaliyah Love coming off a career-high 16 points in that win over Wake Forest. Another smothering defensive effort for the Yellow Jackets, who remain the nation's leader in field goal percentage defense. Giannaros takes over for Johnson at the point. Marin Durant, Caitlin Weimer, a pair of really good front court bigs for the Terriers.
Oh, they do. And between Weimer and this Childs as well, those are two big post players that are going to rebound the basketball when she gets an opportunity and Childs gets into this game. But they can really go hard, and that's what their coach loves. Coach Graves, she teaches that, had Wake Forest a season ago as one of the best rebounding teams in the ACC and in the country.
Weimer trying to go to work on Hermosa, but the sophomore Nerea Hermosa gets the block as we take a look at the Georgia Tech starting five. As the Yellow Jackets shot 46% from the field behind those career-high 16 from Aaliyah Love. Hermosa from the elbow makes it 5-0.
And that's Hermosa's shot. Right now, she's Georgia Tech's leading scorer at 11.2 points per game, but she had a great game against Wake as well with 16 points and 5 rebounds and 3 assists. That's something that's been so important for Georgia Tech's bigs. They are great passers. Lorella Kubai currently fourth in the ACC in assists.
Three is off the mark by Esposito. Stroutman to the rebound. Georgia Tech also holding opponents to 45 points per game, which also leads the nation. When you face the Yellow Jackets, you should expect the straight jacket.
The straight jacket, right. With that swarming defense that Georgia Tech's been playing all season, that's a huge reason why they've been able to capitalize and get some big wins so far against UGA as well as UConn a couple of weeks ago.
And Stroutman knocks down the three off the dish from Kubai.
And Stromina has been tremendous. She has really picked up her scoring the last few games, had a big game against Furman that really came and brought her back out from the scoring angle, and she's continuing that pace with a big three to start this game against Boston University.
An 8-0 Georgia Tech start as Weimer whirling on Hermosa, gets the step on her and is able to roll it in.
And Caitlin Weimer, she is a great player, transfer from Marist, that Coach Graves was able to get this season, and she's been tremendous in this starting lineup, and she's going to be big in the paint. Didn't have a great game against Rhode Island, was 0 for 8 from the field, but to see her going early, I know that really excites Coach Graves.
Pastrana on the other end, starting to heat up. Pair of threes by the grad transfer from Syracuse.
And Stromina, I'm telling you, she is a great asset for this Georgia Tech ball club, can really stretch a stretch four for this team and extend the defense because she has the capabilities of knocking down threes.
And 6 3-pointers, as you alluded to in that win earlier this month versus Furman. Jackets up by 9 early. Esposito tries to throw in low to Weimer through her hand. She recovers, comes up firing and grazes the rim. Love comes out of there with it.
And that's what Georgia Tech is going to have to do. They're going to have to be aggressive like they've been all season on rebounding, especially on the defensive end, limiting Boston University to one shot.
And Aaliyah Love continues the parade from downtown for the Jackets. It forces a Melissa Graves timeout. Georgia Tech 3 of 4 from 3 to begin, and a 14-2 lead. Barely 3 minutes in, Straumana and Love link it up from long range. Jackets up by a dozen. Well, on Sunday, Lorella Kubai etched her name in the Georgia Tech history books with this offensive rebound versus Wake Forest. He is now the all-time rebounding leader at Georgia Tech, 1,046 and counting for the senior From Terni, Italy, surpassing Bonnie Tate, who had held the record since 1979. She has been cleaning the boards, Fallon, ever since she stepped on campus 5 years ago.
She has, and that's been something that's always been consistent in Lorela Kubai's game is her rebounding. She's always been very aggressive, just has a knack for the basketball and locating the ball. And it doesn't hurt that she's 6'4" and athletic doing it, but what an impressive accomplishment for the senior.
Comes in today averaging 12.5 rebounds a game, 4th in the nation. 14-2 Yellow Jackets. They are stroking smoke early. 5 of 6 from the floor as Durant loses the handle. They do a run out for Straumann.
Yeah, and this is the type of play that Georgia Tech, they want to run, play good defense, see if they can get steals and run with the basketball and score in transition, just like that one right there.
Smooth footwork by Nerea Hermosa, the sophomore from Vitoria, Spain, and she's got 4.
And that's good when you see Hermosa getting it going early. That means that she's very active on the offensive end, and the earlier Georgia Tech can get her going, the better for this ball club.
Touchdown, the defensive rebound. The throw over the top to Love was deflected out. It'll stay with Georgia Tech. Well, Nerea Hermosa is so fundamentally sound at the 5.
She is, and she has great footwork, really kept her composure, got the ball in the numbers, and just made a move into the paint and was able to dominate and score.
Scored 16 in that win over Wake Forest, 2 off a career high as Strauman's entry was errant, and a turnover gives it back to BU.
Yeah, on that play right there, Straumann probably just needed to take one more dribble over into the corner to enter that pass to Kubai. It was a bad angle, so it just went out of bounds.
Childs on the drive, draws the foul.
And that was a great job by Riley Childs, getting it going early, trying to penetrate and go to the paint. That's what she is capable of doing. She can take players off the dribble, get to the lane, and also can score in the paint. But that was great penetration to draw that foul.
Foul from Lawton in her first. As Childs connects on the free throw to stop the 8-0 Georgia Tech run. Senior from Medway, Massachusetts, coming off a double-double versus URI. 11 points and 10 rebounds. She's led the Terriers in boards each of the last 2 seasons.
And she is dominant, very active on the rebounding end, especially for her size, playing in and out. A bit of an undersized post, but she can really play, almost averaging a double-double at least the last few games. As I said earlier, 4 double-doubles this season.
Straumann slides off the Hermosa screen, comes up shooting. Offline, rebound Esposito.
And that was great defense by BU to draw Straumann off that three-point line and see if she can score within the paint.
This BU team comes in today 26th in the nation in three-point percentage. They're averaging 37% as a team as another foul is drawn. And this one going against Straumann. But also facing this Georgia Tech team, which, as we noted, Fallon leads the nation in field goal percentage defense. So clean looks from long range might be scarce for the Terriers.
Yeah, they are going to be scarce this afternoon. Georgia Tech very dominant, and so far really pushing BU off that three-point line so they can't settle and just hit threes.
That's a quick second down. Straumann. And when we talked with Coach Graves yesterday, she said they want to play inside out today and doing a good job there as Durant pounds it in deep and draws 2 free throws out of it.
And right, with Durant drawing that second right there on Straumann, she's going to have to go to the bench and sit. Starting the game off really well. That's a loss for Georgia Tech, but that was a great play right there. Durant saw that she had an opportunity at the basket, took it, and was able to draw the foul.
So Straumann subs out. Sarah Bates comes in off the Georgia Tech bench as Durant splits the free throws, the junior from Winchester, Massachusetts. Love doesn't get the bounce. Rebound cleared by Childs.
And that was a quick swing, one dribble by Love to try and see if she could hit that baseline J. Falls short, but a great job by BU to limit Georgia Tech to just one opportunity on the offensive end.
Pina with the runner, no good. This Boston University team still adjusting to life without their leading scorer, Sydney Johnson. And you feel for the junior Sydney Johnson, the Terriers point guard. This was meant to be a homecoming game for her. Native of Powder Springs, Georgia, missing another game due to university COVID protocols. And also Liz Sheehan, who's one of their top scorers off the bench, a non-COVID illness. She's not in the lineup either for BU today.
Yeah, and that's Two big losses for this BU team, especially going against Georgia Tech. Big time shot and finish by Durant right there. Got it inside and just shot it right over Hermosa for the finish. But that's going to be something that BU is going to have to count on. Getting post touches, trying to see if they can have an inside presence, and then try and work it out to their shooters to see if they can knock down some threes.
Kubai off the high-low, gives it up to Hermosa. Can't find the touch from the left elbow. Rebound BU.
And as I said, BU is doing a great job early in this first quarter of boxing Georgia Tech out, limiting them to one shot on the offensive end. That's what you have to do with Georgia Tech. You can't allow them to be active on the offensive boards.
Quick trigger, Pina, no good. And there's Kubai continuing to pad her all-time rebounding lead for the Jackets, finding Bates in transition. She can't thread the needle. A turnover gives it back to the Terriers.
Yeah, Bates was trying to make something special happening. Reward Hermosa for running down the lane, but she probably should have just gone up for that layup.
After a blazing hot start from the field, Georgia Tech on a scoring drought of 3+ minutes and a chance for BU to chip away further as that three is off the mark from Giannaros.
Yeah, Giannaros shot that one deep. You can just see the capabilities of these shooters. They're able to shoot it from deep.
Sarah Bates likes to pull the trigger from deep. She's off the mark as well. First all-time meeting between the Jackets and Terriers. Nice pump fake. Esposito gets the daylight and gets the finish.
Yeah, that was a nice pump fake by Esposito to get Bates off her feet, and then she was able to finish with the jumper. Great job by the senior.
Transfer from Villanova, Emily Esposito, who missed all 11 of her field goal attempts versus Rhode Island, and now it's turned into a 7-0 Terriers run.
Yeah, there were a couple of players for BU that had a tough game against Rhode Island the other day, but this is an opportunity to see if they can get the lid off of the bucket or the basket to score some points, because they're going to need it this afternoon against this Georgia Tech team.
Timeout Coach Graves called early when it was 14-2 has certainly calmed down her team, although Childs loses the dribble and coughs it up. See Melissa Graves, played for Buffett McGraw at Notre Dame. And after 3 years on the bench of Wake Forest, part of that NCAA tournament team in Winston-Salem. First time the Demon Deacons reached the dance since 1988 in their first head coaching post at BU.
Yeah, that was very impressive, and Coach Graves was a big reason for Wake Forest's success last season, and she's looking to transition and make things happen at BU. So far, having a good start in her first year as a head coach.
Placing Marissa Mosley, who took the job at Wisconsin in the offseason. And even though Marissa Mosley took her leading scorer at BU with her in Katie Nelson, the next 9 highest scorers from last year's BU team still here for Coach Graves. Inside of 2 minutes in the first quarter as Bulana pulls the trigger on the three. That's no good. And Georgia Tech had started 5 of 6, now 1 for their last 8.
It really hurt them when Stromina had to go to the bench with 2 fouls. She was hot, knocking down her first 2 3-pointers, but since it's been a struggle for Georgia Tech to find scoring. But you have to applaud BU's defense, and they've just done a great job of boxing out and limiting Georgia Tech to 1 shot.
Pick and roll down to Weimer. Turns and flips it over Hermosa, and it's now a 9-0 Terrier run. Caitlin Weimer.
Like a pro move right there by Weimer, the sophomore. Nice little right-handed hook shot in the lane, and she just finished and was able to score. That's what she's capable of doing, and that's what this BU team is going to need from her this afternoon.
Kubai can't silence the run as we come under a minute in the first quarter.
You just see BU just staying with it, running their offensive set, seeing what they can get within their offense, not really rushing to shoot a lot of threes, and they're really making a good effort to score in the paint.
Off the backdoor feed, the reverse by Weimer doesn't fall. And Georgia Tech can essentially hold for the final shot. Trying to stamp a 5-minute scoring drought coming up on 6 minutes, the last time Georgia Tech put one in.
Yeah, this is going to be important to see if Georgia Tech can finish this quarter out with a bucket.
The entry to Hermosa. And she rolls it around and off. 2 seconds to go in the quarter as Benaventine got it on the rim. Not sure if she got it off in time, but Boston University clamping down after Georgia Tech jumped on them early. Terriers closed the quarter on a 9-0 run. Took some threes from Dignas Stromana, though, to give Tech the 16-11 lead through one in Atlanta. (16-11), Georgia Tech leads through one, and Lorella Kubai spotted a familiar face on that Boston University bench. BU assistant Ashley Walker, who you see there, a longtime WNBA international player, was teammates with Lorella Kubai in the 2016-2017 season for Reyer Venezia in Italy. This was when Lorella Fallon was 16, had just turned 17 years old. And as Coach Walker told us before the game, they were post buddies. They'd go at it in practice every single day, and here they are, half a world away, reuniting.
Well, it's a big reason why she was the #1 international player when she was recruited to Georgia Tech. But what a tremendous connection with the likes of being able to work with Ashley Walker, who is a great, or was a great professional player in her own right. And that has attributes to Lorella Kubai's success on the collegiate level. You just see it. She's been able to work with a lot of pros over the year to improve her game, and it's starting to come into fruition right now as you see her and all of her accomplishments at Georgia Tech.
Get away no good by Esposito to get the second quarter started. Ashley Walker, a standout collegiately at Cal in her first season on Melissa Graves' bench. There's a lid on the rim right now for Georgia Tech, who, as we noted, began the game on a 14-2 run. Did not have a point for the last 6+ minutes of that first quarter. Kubai gets the step and gets the lay-in.
And that's what Lorella Kubai has to do, her first offensive rebound in this game, and that's something we haven't seen much of Georgia Tech do this afternoon in that first quarter. But hopefully this can get Tech going. They need to have second chance opportunities at the basket, and that's dominating the offensive boards.
Kubai has Esposito on the switch. Dancing on her. How about that fadeaway? Had snow coming down on it. Emily Esposito.
Esposito, nice little fade, a nice finish right there by the senior. Really playing with a lot of confidence in this game and really giving some scoring presence in the guard spot for BU in this one.
Hermosa on the turn, draws the foul. I think that's worth another look for Emily Esposito, the redshirt senior from Gorham, Maine.
Shooting over Lorella Kubai, shooting over about 6'4", 6'5" with a fadeaway, and it looked smooth as it was going down. A nice play by Esposito.
Esposito does collect the personal, which sends Hermosa to the line. And Esposito had missed all 11 of her field goals in that loss to URI. Did dish out a career-high 7 assists.
She did, but you could tell she probably put some work in the gym after that shooting performance, and it's showing today. Right now on the board and has an early 4 points for this Boston University team.
They shoot or shoot, don't they?
They do. Can't stop, won't stop.
Weimer on Hermosa. Wriggling beneath the basket and the foul on Hermosa.
And that's Weimer's shot right there. That's the second time she's tried to shoot that reverse layup. This time she's able to draw the foul and go to the free throw line, but she has great mobility as a post player, and that's going to be a tough matchup for Hermosa because it's somebody that's just as athletic as her that can take her off the dribble, so she has to anticipate that.
Foul is Hermosa's first. Weimer, the sophomore from Cortland Manor, New York, played last season at Marist, where she was the Metro Atlantic co-rookie of the year. Played in the NCAA tournament versus Louisville.
She did, and she had an impressive rookie or freshman season at Marist. And what a big win for Coach Graves to convince her to come and transfer to BU. And she's been incredible since joining this BU ball club.
6 points for her after a season-low 1 versus Rhode Island as Kubai goes to work on Weimer.
And that's what Lorella Kubai is capable of doing. She has a very quick first step, really turned and took Weimer off the dribble, got the step on her, and was able to finish with the left hand.
Jackets lead by 7. They've led by as many as 14.
And that's a good decision by Hermosa, really backing off Weimer, seeing if she can shoot from the outside, not letting her get anything inside the paint.
Rebound rattles loose to Lautinen, trying to fend off a trailing Childs in transition. Kubai lines one up from long range. It's short. And again, BU holding the Jackets to one shot on the possession. A stop and pop by Mingo. No good. Bulana there for the Tech rebound.
And Mingo's very capable. Had her coming out party the last game against Rhode Island and was actually the high with 12 points. Was able to knock down 4 threes in that game. So she's a shooter. Georgia Tech's going to have to locate her early.
Got the arm bar there on Lautinen, so Mingo picks up her first. Team second. BU playing its first ranked opponent since December of 2015. Last time they knocked off a ranked opponent was December of 2012 versus number 17 St. John's.
And this BU team is capable. They're going to play tough and hard. They have the fight. We saw that in how they performed against Rhode Island when they were down and came back and lost that game by 10. But they're a feisty group, and they're going to play hard the entire game.
And a turnover on the entry pass. Love. Bulana trying to throw across. It was deflected. Pried away by Kubai. Able to rescue possession for the Jackets.
Yeah, that was a bad pass by Bulana, but great job by Lorella Kubai to fight to get the possession back.
1,050 rebounds currently for Lorella Kubai. She can use those hands to suction up loose basketballs, but Georgia Tech turns it over.
Great hands by Mingo to anticipate and get that steal from Lautinen.
Off the curl, the spot up by Pina. Pushes it wide, rebound Kubai.
And that was probably one of the most open looks that BU's gotten all afternoon. And great finish by Love on the transition layup.
Boy, Leah Love has really come on in her sophomore season. Native of Kansas City, Kansas, 10.5 points per game. That's second most on the Jackets.
Yeah, and right now she's just playing with confidence. You see she's becoming comfortable within this offensive system and just playing her game, and you're starting to see her athletic ability and what she's capable of doing.
Kubai gets the offensive rebound on the run out and draws the foul on the Terriers. Tag that on Pina.
And Georgia Tech just continuing to run in transition. Lautinen goes up, and Lorella Kubai is able to get that rebound and gets fouled on the play.
And Lautinen taking it up against Weimer. And second on the Terriers in blocks, but of course, Kubai was there to clean it up.
Like she usually is, always in the right position.
Kubai with the fadeaway.
Showing some mid-range game herself. Lorella Kubai with the fade. Something she's very capable of knocking down. And as she's continued to progress in her career, has really become more confident shooting that jump shot.
She had 4 points in the ACC opener versus Wake Forest, but 12 rebounds, dished out 6 assists, 3 steals as well. Hermosa with the block. Georgia Tech pushes the floor. Love overthrows Kubai.
Right now, the timing by the guards for Georgia Tech has really been off in trying to get the basketball to the post players in transition.
Pina gets swatted by Kubai.
Man, if you're going to go in the paint against these post players for Georgia Tech, you better come and get that ball up high because they're going to block it. It's going to be a block party. That was 2 consecutive blocks on the last 2 possessions for Georgia Tech.
Love in transition. Gets the foul called as we see Kubai. Nope. That might have Maggie Pina reconsidering the decision.
Yeah, right. You go up. She went up strong, tried to face Lorella Kubai up, but she said not today.
And with 4:47 to play in the second quarter, we've hit timeout. Jackets back up by 13. Nerea Hermosa, nickname is Nettie, and she has been steady Nettie
She
for the
has
Jackets.
been steady Nettie for the Jackets. Big time block right there, and good footwork in the paint with the lay-in on Durant. But she is capable. The mid-range jump shot at the free throw line, that's something that's her game. She's capable of doing. She's the leading scorer for Georgia Tech, and so far starting off well against BU this afternoon.
6 points, 5 rebounds, pair of blocks for the sophomore from Vitoria, Spain. Helping Georgia Tech to an 8-0 run and a 13-point lead, 28-15 over Boston University in the first all-time meeting between the Jackets and Terriers.
And Now I think Armosa's going to get a break, and Juan Ananaz is coming in this one.
One Spaniard for another, as Aisha Juan Ananaz makes her debut in this game. Leah Love with 2 free throws out of the timeout. Leads the Jackets in free throw attempts this year as they get the home bounce on the first.
Yeah, Georgia Tech has to continue to work on trying to improve their free throw shooting. In a lot of the games so far, it hasn't really been an issue with a close ball game. But as the season will progress and as they get into ACC play, that's going to be critical.
Now Kubai's active hands gives Tech another possession. And Georgia Tech came in today fouling 61.1% as a team from the line. That's 325th nationally. They also had a game this year versus East Tennessee State where they made 17 of 18. So free throw accuracy, it's in there somewhere for the Jackets.
It is. It's just about focus and concentration and just knocking them down. And sometimes that can be the most difficult shot on the court is a free throw. But that's something that they have to continue to work on and try to improve upon as a team.
That reach-in foul on Mingo, her second, but also puts Boston over the limit to Bulana. And with the first of 2, she gets the nice backspin off the back rim.
Yeah, she gets the friendly bounce and is able to knock down her first. The freshman getting a lot more minutes as a backup point guard for Georgia Tech. But she's starting to still try to figure out Georgia Tech's offensive systems, where she is the most or more of an asset for this team, but it's really just running the offense and playing solid defense, hitting open threes when she has the opportunity.
Now ball hawking Giannaros, who throws down low to Durant. Leonard off the window, no, but the foul on Love.
And that was a great move by Leonard, very aggressive, coming from the three-point line. And that was what was working for BU in the first quarter, is when they were penetrating or giving their post players a look in the paint. And she made something happen and was able to draw a foul against Aaliyah Love and go into the free throw line for 2 shots.
And the first one down the well from Annabelle Leonard, the junior from Scituate, Massachusetts, just 1.2 points per game. Violet Love is her first, Tech's second this quarter. And the Terriers now 7 for 8 as a team at the line.
And that's a big reason why they're still in this game. We just said the opposite for Georgia Tech with their struggles from the free throw line, but the Terriers are capitalizing so far from the free throw line this afternoon.
You're facing the team that leads the nation in field goal percentage defense. You do go to the line. You got to make sure you cash in, and the Terriers are obliging.
You do, because Georgia Tech is very stingy on the defensive end.
Kubai driving kick. Love the triple. Doesn't fall. Weimer the inside position.
Great positioning, great box out on the smaller Lotman to get that rebound for Weimer.
Inside of 4 minutes before halftime. Tech is led throughout after a 16-2 start. Durant working in deep. We have a foul on the Terriers. They're going to call the hook. That might have been off the ball. No, it was on Durant, beg your pardon. Her first.
That was a great job by Juan Ananaz, really keeping her positioning in the paint as Durant was trying to drive. But Durant gets called for the foul, the offensive foul.
Love twirling, shooting, and a foul on Durant. A quick second on Durant, and you're starting to see in the half court why Aaliyah Love leads this Yellow Jackets team in free throw attempts. Very aggressive, great body control as well when she gets inside.
She is, but this Georgia Tech staff, they've been really looking for her, looking for somebody that can create their own shot and try to get to the free throw line. And she is starting to demonstrate that in the last few games, being more aggressive and finding opportunities within Georgia Tech's offense that she can find ways to either score easily or draw a foul.
Sinks the first, and when Georgia Tech lost its starting guard Kira Fletcher for the season due to a foot injury, Nell Fortner was very upfront about it. Says we just don't have that player like Kira now who can go and get a bucket off the balance, but Love maybe starting to feel out that role for herself. And she cans the second, comes out for Bates with the Jackets back up 15. As you see Kira Fletcher, the senior from Warren, Michigan.
And that's right, Aaliyah Love, she's very capable, has the athleticism. It's just getting the confidence and becoming more comfortable.
Love 7 points to lead the way as Won Adanaz bumps Childs on the take to the rim.
And that's a tough play for Won Adanaz. Childs, a little undersized post, but we said it earlier, she's able to take Georgia Tech's post players off the dribble. And that has been success for BU this afternoon. When they drive to the paint, good things happen for them as a team.
Common foul, Won Adanaz's first, Tech's third of the quarter. Weimer. The turnaround over Kubai. And Kubai suctions up the rebound. 6 points, 6 boards for Lorella Kubai.
Great defense by Lorella Kubai, but great footwork by Weimer. Didn't pick up her foot, kept her pivot, was just not able to connect on the shot.
Meanwhile, Lahtinen fouled on the 3.
And that's something I know Coach Graves is wanting to scream and tell Giannaros, never foul a three-point shooter. And on that one, she gets called for a foul against Lodamai Lahtinen. Lodamai Lahtinen is going to the line for 3 shots.
You always want to run out on the shooter.
Yeah.
Especially someone who can be as potent as Lodamai Lahtinen, the junior from Finland. But
you don't want to foul him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Lahtinen set it up well and gave her chance, or given herself and her teammates an opportunity to go up by 18 if she can connect on this last free throw.
A 3-for-3 trip by Lodamai Lahtinen. You know, in that situation, Fallon, when you're trying to run out to a three-point shooter, your objective isn't to block it. It's to throw off the concentration of the shooter.
Right.
So there's no need for you to go crashing hard into the person putting it up.
Or run through them. You never want to do that. But sometimes momentum can just get the best of a player. In that time, it got the best of Garagos.
Finding a field goal, as you can tell, has been a chore for the Terriers in this second quarter. Beneventine, shot clock at 1, gives it up to Leonard, beats the shot clock but doesn't get the bucket. And BU now 5 of 22 for 22%.
And the bigger number, they're 0 for 7 from behind the three-point line. So you have to give Georgia Tech credit. They've been playing great defense and forcing BU to move away from the three-point line to try and score.
Oh, make him say, Won Adanaz. Aisha Won Adanaz.
You've been waiting on that one, Andy, to call that one. That was a big-time play, a nice finish right there by Won Adanaz.
When you got that footwork on the pivot, you deserve a little no limit. Aisha Won Adanaz, the sophomore. Just her second field goal of the year. Esposito with another rainmaker on the fadeaway.
Man, she has that fade down. After having a poor showing against Rhode Island, she is really stepping up this afternoon and has hit some big buckets for this Terriers team.
Well, that is a patented shot for Emily Esposito as she fouls Lahtinen on the dribble. There's a great article about that in the Boston University student newspaper, and Emily Esposito said growing up in Gorham, Maine, she had 2 older brothers, both substantially older than her, so when she would play in the driveway with them, she had to kind of perfect those long, high-arching fadeaways just to be able to get the ball up over her brothers.
Right, great practice when you have big bros to try and practice against and work on your game, and you're seeing it. It's evident this afternoon, Esposito hitting 2 big fadeaways.
And back to the line goes Lodamai Lahtinen, preseason All-ACC. Was the league's most improved player last year. Splits the pair. Georgia Tech now doubling up the Terriers with 1:08 to go in the quarter. Aviance Carter comes in for the first time, replacing Lahtinen.
And Carter has been getting more minutes, more opportunities for this Georgia Tech team as they've tried to shift the lineup a bit, but she has been great on the defensive end and very active.
Ulana fouls Mingo on the pull-up.
Nice
free throw trip coming up for the Terriers.
Nice decision by Mingo. Ulana, you don't want to foul a jump shooter. We say that all the time. And Mingo gets to go to the line to shoot a pair and cut into this Georgia Tech lead.
Kelsey Mingo, sophomore from Boca Raton, Florida, coming off a career-high 12 in that loss to Rhode Island. And even though BU is down 19 right now, bear in mind in that Rhode Island game, on Sunday. They were down 20 midway through the third quarter, closed to within 2 inside of 4 minutes in the fourth quarter. So they have been known to mount a rally, although it's a different task altogether when you're facing the Tech team that's only allowing 31% shooting for the season.
They can. They're very capable against that Rhode Island team. They were down 20 and came back and held Rhode Island to 43 for a long time in that game, but we're just seeing the hustle by BU. They're going to capitalize back to the free throw line for 2 shots and trying to see if they can really get something going before they go into halftime.
And Childs able to ward off Hermosa for the offensive rebound, draw the foul on Hermosa. And now BU is in the bonus. And the first free throw is good from Childs.
And Childs, she's feisty, just has a knack for the basketball. Probably BU's best rebounder right now, leading with 7.9 for the season. But she's very capable, has a knack for the basketball, and just will really go hard for rebounds for this team.
Bates probing for Tech. 3-point sniper. Ducks behind the screen, lets it fly, rims it out. And a 3-second differential shot clock to game clock as Mingo crosses the timeline. It's a 5-point Georgia Tech lead through 1. Beginning to stretch it out here in the second quarter against the Terriers. We're looking for a second win over an ACC opponent this year. Weimer gets Harrison airborne, and she flips it in.
And that's a nice shot by Weimer. That's her shot. She's able to shoot that baby hook over her shoulder, keeps a great body control in the paint, and just is able to finish.
Ulana blocked as the quarter comes to an end. And through one half here at McCamish Pavilion, Georgia Tech, the number 17 team in the country, sinking its teeth defensively into Boston University in that second quarter. They head into the locker room up 38-22. A fashionable matinee here. Go be having a great holiday along with us. 38-22. We'll take a look at the highlights and much more. Our halftime coverage begins following this. How about Steph Flurry?
Steph Flurry, I like it.
All right, we'll put that down as a maybe.
See if the graphics team can get him shooting 3.
Georgia Tech basketball to begin the second half. Down low, and it's Love cashing in. Aaliyah Love up to 12 points coming off 16, which was a career high on Sunday in their ACC win versus Wake Forest. She has really come on.
She is coming on, and she's starting to feel it, really becoming comfortable in Georgia Tech's system, and you're starting to see her get her shine on the offensive end, really being a scoring threat for this basketball team.
Able to get the seal that allows Georgia Tech to capture the defensive rebound. Kubai with a catch and rip, follows her own miss, and pitches out to Lawton into reset.
And what a great asset to have. Lorela Kubai is just so active on the offensive boards. Didn't finish that shot, but got her own rebound and is able to allow Georgia Tech to reset and just drew the foul on that last possession.
Kubai knew she had bodies around her and was able to instigate contact to get the foul.
Well, you know, if Lorela Kubai or Nerea Hermosa gets the ball in the paint that low, it's going to be 3 or 4 players surrounding them. BU was all around, but gets called on a trip as Kubai was trying to make that move.
Foul was the 3rd on Marin Durant. As Kubai is 0 of 2 at the line. And just has not been able to shake these yips at the free throw line. That makes her 3 for her last 18. She started the year 13 of 14 at the free throw line.
Yeah, she was showing a lot of improvement, still some time to correct that. Very capable of knocking those free throws down, has good form, but just hasn't been able to in this slump in the last few games.
Now she can still impact the game in so many different ways, chief among them rebounds. And she is closing in on another double-digit night on the boards. In fact, that does give her a 10th along with her 6 points. Stromina with 2 early fouls. Dishes out to Love, who cans the 3.
And that was a nice kick by Stromina. Really drew the defense, forced them to guard her, and then Aaliyah Love was wide open on the wing behind the three-point line and is able to knock down the 3.
Second triple by Aaliyah Love. Doesn't shoot a high volume from beyond the arc, but she's been good this year.
She's been very good this year. Already shooting at around 53% from behind the three-point line this season.
Love running the floor. Tracks it down along the baseline. Hermosa rolls it in.
That was a nice move. Hermosa kind of hit Weimer with one of her moves with that nice little hook shot in the lane. Nice finish by Hermosa.
7-0 start to the third quarter for Nerea Hermosa and the Yellow Jackets. It forces a Terrier timeout here in the third. Well, the shots are dropping for the Yellow Jackets. Unfortunately, Fallon, oh, the popcorn is too. I'll tell you what, though. Oh no, you don't need to be embarrassed.
Oh, man, what a cute little girl. And she drops the popcorn. Doesn't bother her day. She just keeps it moving.
Oh, Grandma's got her safe and secure. I think we can call off the search for who's the cutest inside the campus this afternoon. 45-22, Georgia Tech, a 7-0 run to start the third quarter. They jumped on the Terriers 16-2 to start the game. Another strong start to the half for the 17th ranked Jackets.
And this is the quarter where the Terriers, they cannot let this game get away or too far away. They're going to have to find ways to get second opportunities, rebound, crashing the boards hard, and drawing fouls against Georgia Tech on the offensive end to score points.
BU again playing without its leading scorer, Sydney Johnson, and perhaps their shooting suffering as a result, just 7 of 28, 25%. Dropping them. Shot clock down to 4. Long skip pass to Lautinen, and she connects.
And that was a fantastic offensive set for Georgia Tech. They remained patient, really passed the ball. I think they let everybody touch it until they were able to get the cross pass over to Lautinen, and she was able to take the one dribble for the J.
Lautinen up to 6 points. Pina lets it fly. Long on the 3, rebound Lautinen, and she's fouled from behind. We'll take Giannaros for the second.
Yeah, Giannaros was trying to get a quick steal from behind, but gets called for the foul. Nice skip pass by Aaliyah Love to Lautinen, and Lautinen just takes a couple of dribbles, able to knock down the mid-range J.
Giannaros just couldn't get there in time. And Lautinen was able to sidestep her as Giannaros comes out. Sophie Benaventine, sophomore from Basking Ridge, New Jersey, takes her place.
You see right now, BU in this zone, basically a 2-3, trying to keep bodies and matching up, but really trying to make sure that they keep 2 bodies on post players for Georgia Tech down low.
Meanwhile, Love hunting for a career high. Misfires on the 3, but Aaliyah Love, whose career high was the last game versus Wake Forest, was 16, currently at 15.
And she's getting close to breaking her high in this game right now, already with 15 points, but she's been playing tremendous, very aggressive for Georgia Tech.
She's needed to be more aggressive post Kira Fletcher injury. Straubana splashes home the 3. Remember, she banged out a couple really early, then she picked up 2 quick fouls, and then smiled back on the face of the senior.
Right, and she's just keeping it going where she left off when she picked up those 2 fouls and had to go to the bench, but very capable 3-point shooter for this Georgia Tech team, and I know this Georgia Tech staff is very happy that they were able to get her this season to come to Georgia Tech from Syracuse.
Evidently, Fallon, she just likes playing teams from Boston. As Esposito connects on the fadeaway once more, because Straubana's career high, which she set against when she played at Syracuse, was versus Boston College, 25.
See, there you go. And maybe she was trying to get that heat check going again. Fouls kind of put a damper on that, but she's still playing well.
Kubai high off the window as she tightrope the baseline for 2.
Nice baseline move by Lorella Kubai. Something she is capable of doing is scoring in the paint. She's continuing to be dominant down low for Georgia Tech.
Pina open, 3, no good. And Kubai stretches out for rebound number 12. So Lorella Kubai has equaled her season average in rebounds per game at the 444 mark of the third quarter. Rifles into Lautinen for a corner 3. And the ball rotation has been exquisite this third quarter for Tech.
And that was just a great job. Lorella Kubai gets the basketball at the top of the key from Lautinen, and she's like, no, you're open. on this reversal, passes it right back, and Lotnan is able to knock down the baseline three.
Jackets 7 of 9 in the third quarter. A 17-2 start to the half as we've reached timeout from McCamish Pavilion. Georgia Tech cutting it loose from deep. Digna Stramina. 3 threes in the game and 3 fingers in the sky with the Jackets up 31. Georgia Tech leads BU by 31. Jackets off and running in ACC play with a 17-point rout of Wake Forest on Sunday. Jackets picked preseason 3rd behind Louisville and NC State. And we better buckle up, family. It's going to be another deep and competitive conference slate this year.
This is, we were just talking about the Louisville game coming up for Georgia Tech. That's going to be a big-time game, and I think a great game between those two teams. But it's going to be a battle, especially in those top 3 or 4 spots to see who can finish and finish well in ACC play to hopefully get a trip to the NCAA tournament.
Jackets last year were 12-6 in the league. Trying to make it 9 consecutive winning seasons. Now looking to add to a 17-2 run. Kubai on Durant, flips it up and scores.
Man, what amazing footwork. Lorela Kubai gets to one side, gets cut off, great defense by Durant, but then is just able to reverse, and it just shows her versatility to finish with the reverse lay-in.
That's a double-double for Lorela Kubai. 10 points, 12 rebounds, 28th of her career as BU throws it away.
And we talk about it all the time. She was very aggressive coming back on defense on that switch. Falls down, but was able to cause that turnover. A bad pass by BU, giving Georgia Tech another opportunity on the offensive end to see if they can capitalize and extend their lead.
Kubai versus Wake Forest. Broke the all-time career rebounding record at Georgia Tech, a mark that had stood since 1979 in the legendary Bonnie Tate. Kubai deals it out on Durant, backs her in deep, off the front rim, offensive rebound. Kubai, stick back, Kubai.
She's starting to feel it now, being very aggressive on the offensive end. I guess she said, I already collected the rebounds. Let me see if I can get the buckets and the points. And she's starting to add them up in this third quarter.
Stramina got the block on Durant. Loose ball run down by Benaventine. This time Stramina pulls down the rebound. Love running the floor. Stop and pop, and she's got a career high. Make it 17 for Aaliyah Love.
And what athleticism and body control. And you had a post player running the offense and Lorela Kubai pushing it up, telling Aaliyah Love to go. And a nice little 1-foot jump shot runner by Aaliyah Love in transition with the finish.
Well, Durant was there for the offensive rebound, just tried to tap it to herself, instead loses it over the baseline. Georgia Tech ball as we take a look at points, 16 and now 17 from Aaliyah Love.
And she has just been incredible in this game. Very efficient, very effective, continuing how she played against Wake Forest a couple of nights ago. And she's having a great offensive game this afternoon.
And it continues.
She's hot.
Off the bounce this time from the sophomore. Consecutive games with career highs from Aaliyah Love.
And right now, Georgia Tech still playing very aggressive man-to-man defense and help defense on switches. And you see BU just having a time trying to understand this defense and seeing if they can figure something out on the offensive end.
Mingo blocked by Kubai. Tried to challenge the ACC Co-Defensive Player of the Year.
And that's just so tough. That's why Georgia Tech is such a great defensive team, the #1 scoring defense in the country. But they're just so dominant. Their post players are able to switch and transition and guard guards, and we just saw it there with the nice block by Lorela Kubai.
Shot clock at 3. Mingo darts behind the screen, blocked on the 3 by Kubai. It is a shot clock violation. Lorela Kubai, 2 blocks on that possession.
And I think that just made Coach Graves have a seat for a second after that last block. Lorela Kubai has been everywhere in this third quarter and just has been a dominant force for Georgia Tech on the defensive end and on the offensive end.
BU 1 of 14 from the field in the third quarter. Give and go, Kubai to Bates, and the Terriers want another timeout as the Jackets have absolutely exploded after halftime.
That was an incredible pass right there. Lorella Kubai, that's why she's fourth in the ACC in assists as a post. Nice cut by Bates, but a nice little pass in the paint. Threading the needle for that score right there.
A fifth assist for Lorella Kubai, who now has 24 helpers over her last 3+ games. And on top of all the other things that she does well, I think this is the most amazing. And you have to sort of hunt in the box score to find it, Fallon, but at 6'4", Lorella Kubai has a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio.
That's amazing. You never really see that with post players, but that is what puts her on another level as a post player. Especially is going to be impressive and great for her when she continues on in her professional career. But when you have a post player that can pass and play defense like she does and doesn't have to score a lot of points in the scoring column to be effective, that's a great asset to have, and it's just showing the improvement that she has continued to show growth over the years during her time at Georgia Tech.
As you see, it has been all Tech and then some in the third quarter. Kubai scrapping for the offensive rebound. It was collected by Davenport. She draws the foul. Chance at the free throw line for the Terriers to stop a 15-0 Tech run.
Yeah, Leah Love, I guess she was trying to join the block party with Hermosa and Kubai on that last one, but unfortunately gets called for that foul. She definitely was coming down on the shooter on that shot. But right now, Georgia Tech is really just hustling and trying to be being extremely stingy on the defensive end, limiting BU's opportunities to score and really limited them to one shot. This is the first time we've seen them on the free throw line in some time.
It's Lauren Davenport, the freshman from Idaho Falls, Idaho. It's a long way from Idaho Falls to Boston.
Right.
2-for-2 trip for her. As we approach 1 minute in the third quarter. Kubai on the post up. The fade. And off the mark.
And that was a set play right there for Lorella Kubai. She got deep in the paint, had the one-on-one opportunity, just couldn't capitalize and finish the jump shot.
In spite of that miss, the Jackets 75% from the field in this third quarter.
It's pretty amazing. Most of their shots have been in the paint, but they've hit some big-time threes, too.
Fight for the loose ball. It stays with BU. And boy, that three-pointer has been elusive for Boston. Like we said at the top of the broadcast, the Terriers 26th in the nation in three-point percentage, 37%, but they're 0 of 12 from beyond the arc today.
Yeah, they're having their struggles, and that's something they count on in their offense, to knock down some threes that keeps them in basketball games or gives them a good opportunity of winning. And you see another fadeaway right there. That was a miss by Esposito, but BU still trying to find ways to score against Georgia Tech, and it's just become difficult, taking some difficult shots.
Yeah, cleaned up by Davenport, who's got the last 4. BU hauled in 23 offensive rebounds versus Rhode Island. As Bates lets it fly, can't knock it down. Carter on the backside corrals the rebound. Jackets can hold for a final shot of the third quarter.
And you see Balana asking for the basketball back to reset for that final shot.
Ramana looking in low. Dishes to Bulana, gets inside. Her teardrop doesn't fall. Kubai the offensive rebound. Kick out to Bates. They would have counted had it gone. Georgia Tech, nonetheless, strings together a dominant 10 minutes in that third quarter. 27-6. They outscore the Terriers. And a 65-28 lead for the number 17 Jackets as Fallon's a Snowman and I come back for the fourth. One quarter still left to play, but Aaliyah Love has already racked up a new career high.
She has, and she has been dominant this whole game right there, just showing you getting the and one in the paint, shooting from the outside with the 3, and she is just very capable. She is probably Georgia Tech's most versatile player, especially on the offensive end. She can play in and out, and she has been showing it all over the court this afternoon with her mid-range game, going strong to the paint, and also shooting the 3, and that's a big reason why she has 19 points and 5 rebounds this afternoon.
It's been an efficient 19 as well, only 10 field goal attempts. surpassing her previous career high, which she set Sunday versus Wake Forest.
She's just keeping up with the trend, and hopefully, I know Georgia Tech will be happy if she breaks her career high again the following game after this one when they face Pitt on the 30th.
ACC play resumes for the Yellow Jackets. This also the final non-conference tune-up for Boston University. Look to go to their first NCAA tournament since 2003. Nate's long on the three, and the ball skitters out to the Terriers.
And right now for the Terriers, it's just going to be really important for them to try and stay and keep working on their offensive sets to see what they can get and make something happen in the paint. In the first quarter, when they were giving the post touches, driving to the paint, they were really making things happen against Georgia Tech or getting opportunities at the free throw line.
Did a nice job weathering that initial burst by Tech when they led 16-2. BU closed it to a 5-point game at the end of one. Georgia Tech has been adding to its lead ever since. Last year, BU bowed out in the America East, or the Patriot League rather, used to play in the America East. Patriot League now, but they bowed out in the Patriot League Tournament Championship game versus Lehigh. Nice block there. Esposito with the deflection on Carter. Here is Tibbet, and she knocks it down.
Nice shot by Tibbet, getting some minutes in this one late, but she looked good on that baseline jump shot.
Here at Tibbet, senior from Somerset, New Jersey. Strabano with the blow-by. Can't finesse in the runner. Like we said, Georgia Tech playing a second straight game without head coach Nell Fortner, who remains in the health and safety protocols. Blanche Alverson, whom Coach Nell Fortner coached at Auburn, acting head coach.
Yeah, Coach Alverson has been doing a great job these last two games as she's been the interim head coach while Coach Fortner's out, but just incredible. I mean, she's had some great scouts, great game plans, had to scout against UConn.
And can I point out, when you wear a sweater like that, it really makes you feel better when your team's up 35.
I know, right? Especially for this type of ugly sweater game, but she is really participating in this one with that sweater she has on this afternoon, but you can't really make any jokes or make fun of her coach in these last two games. She's been incredible leading Georgia Tech and hoping to get her second win this afternoon against Boston University in Coach Fortner's absence.
2-for-2 free throw trip by Caitlin Weimer. She'll get subbed out. And of course, Georgia Tech also absent assistant coach Tasha Butts, and we continue to send our best, as does the rest of college basketball, to Coach Butts.
Right, Tasha Tough. You see the shirts that the players have been wearing before the game, and the whole league, I think the whole country, the basketball community is very supportive of Tasha and her journey moving forward.
First possession off the Bates offensive rebound. Mr. Almano can't slip it through to Won Ananaz. Nice deflection by Tibbet. Georgia Tech to retain with 10 to shoot. Straumann, 9 points, 3 of 4 shooting from 3.
It's a good deflection. Just couldn't capitalize and get the basketball for BU.
Carter splits a pair of defenders. Doesn't draw a rim on that initial shot. Can't draw a rim or get a shot up on the attempt. It's a 30-second violation.
But that was a good move, and that just shows her agility, able to go back up quickly and get her own miss. But unfortunately for Carter, the basketball didn't hit the rim, so it was a shot clock violation when she secured that rebound.
Tibbet rattles down a long 2. Just didn't have the feet set for a 3. BU 0 of 13 from beyond the arc today, but Tibbet showing her touch from long range.
She is showing her touch, and she is capable of shooting the outside shot. 2 shots for her this afternoon in this fourth quarter.
It's a 6-0 start to the quarter for the Terriers. Zulana, and that is a 3.
And that is what Georgia Tech wants to see from Bulana, being more confident in shooting that three-point shot because she's capable of knocking it down and just being comfortable in running the offense. They're not looking for her to score, but when she's open and able to knock down that three, they want to see her do it.
Tough finish by Giannaros. Alex Giannaros, the freshman from Brockton, Massachusetts.
Well, Giannaros, she put that high on the glass. Nice touch by the freshman.
Making her third consecutive start as Bulana connects on the runner.
Against freshman to freshman, she said, I can do it too. And Bulana connected with a three and a nice two-pointer on that last play. She has 5 straight points for Georgia Tech.
It's a new career high for the freshman from Latvia, 9 points. Now Bulana's got some craftiness to her game.
She does, and you know, we talk about it with the European game. She has great handles, and that was a nice little runner. I mean, that's a pro move right there by Bulana, but just having the confidence to do it. She's been struggling this season with her turnovers, but that has been a point of emphasis for her to just take care of the basketball and run the offensive sets.
She has the benefit of a great mentor at the point guard spot this year in Lodemai Lahtinen. So she'll continue to learn and grow under the tutelage of preseason All-ACC guard and Lodemai Lahtinen. Foul on BU, keeps it on Tech's end.
And Lahtinen, you know, what a leader. We don't see the type of scoring we saw from her a season ago, but she hasn't needed to, really putting forth the effort in that starting point guard role for Georgia Tech. And she is starting to become more comfortable in her role as well and still being a great leader and asset for Georgia Tech.
Bulana off the mark on the three, but the tap comes to Carter. And you raise a good point here, Fallon, because here Georgia Tech is 9-2, number 17 in the nation, equals their highest ranking of the season. Bulana still can't find the touch from the wing. But Lodemai Lahtinen, Georgia Tech's leading scorer from a season ago, she's averaging almost 5 points less per game than last season. Lorella Kubai is only averaging 8.1. She's 4th on the team in scoring, and without Kiera Fletcher, you hear the Lahtinen and Kubai, their scoring averages are both down. It might make you a little anxious if you're a Georgia Tech fan, but it also speaks to the way Hermosa and Love and others have contributed and grown, where it doesn't all need to rest on the shoulders of a Lorella Kubai or Lodemai Lahtinen for offense.
Right, and I agree. A season ago, if those two weren't scoring, it was going to be a problem for Georgia Tech. And we see it. They're scoring from all avenues. Won Adanaz getting another basket this afternoon as she's continuing to improve with her post presence and play, but Georgia Tech has more assets on the offensive end, and you just see the growth from a season ago with these players becoming more confident in Coach Fortner's system.
Leonard walks it in on Bates. Rebound comes down to Carter, and a foul on BU.
Great rebound by Carter. She was able to get that one, pivot, and keep control of the basketball, not get tied up for the jump ball, and instead is able to draw a foul.
And with that, we've hit our final timeout of regulation. Georgia Tech cruising to the holidays with a big lead over BU. Jackets up big in the fourth quarter as you take a look at BU's upcoming schedule. Both teams done with non-conference play after this afternoon. Boston College begins Patriot League play against Bucknell on Friday. Terriers pick preseason second in the Patriot League. America, another one of those teams that could contend for the league crown. And for Georgia Tech, after a 62-45 win over Wake Forest to kick off conference play on Sunday. Road opener at Pittsburgh on December 30th before a couple of big ones, Louisville and Duke.
Yeah, this would be a great way for Georgia Tech to try and capitalize and end their non-conference schedule, because once it gets going on December 30th, it's not going to end. They're going to have to start rolling and be ready for ACC play.
Yeah, there is no time to breathe in the ACC. There's no doubt about that. First big one in women's college basketball tonight. Number 1 South Carolina, number 2 Stanford.
Yeah, that's going to be a big game, a nice rematch.
There is no limit to Won't Adanaz's range.
Man, I talk about these post players for Georgia Tech, but they are so versatile. That was a big-time shot by Won Adanaz with the 3.
Career high for Won Adanaz. 7 points with just one field goal on the season, but the three is answered right back by Leonard. And finally, at the 2:39 mark of this game, BU has its first three on their 14th attempt.
Yeah, great shot by Leonard, but just talking about how great of a three-point shooting team BU is, around 37%, and just struggling this afternoon because of Georgia Tech's defense, but finally able to knock down a three.
Yeah, Terriers have had some incredible three-point shooting games this year. They were 12 of 20 against UMass Lowell in that upset over BC, 6 of 13. They cashed in 10 of 18 versus Harvard. And so a bit of a rough shooting day here in Atlanta, but not representative of what the Terriers have done for most of this season.
Yeah, and it's not representative of it at all, but you have to applaud Georgia Tech's defense. You know, this is a tough team to score on, but they have made a valiant effort to draw BU away from that three-point line and limit the opportunities they have to score from behind the arc.
Georgia Tech, meanwhile, continuing to put opponents in the vice grip as Bates sinks the three. Georgia Tech leads the nation in opposing field goal percentage, 31.1 coming in. That'll go down even further after today, with the Terriers shooting 28.6.
And Bates with a bit of a sigh of relief after knocking down that three. She's been struggling, still trying to find her three-point shot. But these are the games that you want to have your players and give them an opportunity. Big time shot right there by Esposito, another fadeaway jumper, and that's her shot. She likes that one. She likes to create space with the fade.
Former Maine Gatorade Player of the Year, 1:39 to go. You see Blanche Alverson wants a rolling substitution so she can empty out her bench. 77-43, Georgia Tech on top. As they move this week to number 17 in the nation, which was their preseason ranking, dipped out of the top 25 after a couple of tough losses, but boy, did they ever reset themselves with that win over then number 3 UConn a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that was big, and what a momentum shift. They had a great week, first capitalizing by beating their in-state rival in UGA, and then capitalizing with a big home win against UConn.
Carmen Harris in the offensive rebound, draws the foul on the stick back. Yeah, those wins over Georgia and UConn, Tech's first back-to-back wins versus ranked opponents in 29 years. Have to go back to 1992, the last time they did that. It's a good trait to have, seeing all those ranked teams around the ACC.
I know, and a great resume builder, especially when you go down the line and as they continue to compete in the ACC. When it's time for selection Monday or selection Sunday, that's going to be big to have on their resume, those 2 wins.
1-2 trip for Harrison, the freshman. A little more than a minute to go. Leonard wants another three and gets another three.
Man, that's probably one of the most wide open looks she's had all afternoon, and able to capitalize and knocks that one down. Great looking three-point shot by Leonard.
Only had 2 3-pointers all season. Clark for 3. Line drives that off. Georgia Tech getting a career-high 19 from Aaliyah Love, and another double-double from Loretta Kubai. 12 points, 14 rebounds. It's been all in all a very solid offensive showing by the Yellow Jackets.
And hopefully this game will get them in a rhythm, especially offensively. The last couple of games having a better showing. Big time shot right there, the banker by Tibbet. I don't know if she called that one though.
At this point, Boston, they just want some threes. They haven't seen them go in all night long.
But another great game plan and game by Georgia Tech. Valiant effort by Boston University, but Georgia Tech was just a little too much this afternoon for this Boston University team.
And so Georgia Tech now will head back into ACC play for good with a big win over Boston University. Acting head coach Blanche Alverson oversees a 78-49 win over the Terriers this afternoon at McCamish Pavilion in Atlanta. Georgia Tech improves to 10-2. Boston falls to 4-7 as they dive into Patriot League play.
Yeah, this was a huge opportunity, a great way for Georgia Tech to capitalize, but look at the hug between Coach Walker and Lorella Kubai. She's probably giving her some tips to just continue to work and talking about her improvement that she's seen in this game so far.
Former teammates in Italy when Lorella was 17 years old. And Ashley Walker is finishing up her career overseas, sharing a post-game embrace. And Georgia Tech was dressed to impress this afternoon at McCamish as they shoot 45% and run away from BU 78-49. That wraps up today's coverage from McCamish Pavilion in Atlanta. For Fallon Stokes and our entire ACC Network crew, Andy Demetra saying so long. Thanks so much for watching this presentation of ACC Network Women's Basketball. Happy holidays, everyone.